Previously on the Super
Hello and welcome to the last volume of the Super Milk Chan show. We're back in the cold booth. We did a commentary for the first volume, and now we're doing one for this one. And across the way from me is Hillary Haig.
Hello.
How you doing, Hillary?
I'm great. Cheers to you, Stephen.
Cheers. That's right. This is it. This is our champagne commentary.
Sadly, but I do enjoy the champagne in the booth. This might help me out a little more often.
For all those what's the screamer show you're working on now? Chrono Crusade?
Chrono Crusade.
Think you could do it with lubricated throat with this stuff?
I might need something a little stronger than champagne. But this is kind of sad. It's a little bittersweet here tonight.
It is. We got a big crew here. Everybody's except him. He's not here.
Yeah, darn David.
Darn David. He never shows up for our parties. But yeah, everybody's here, and we're just gonna walk you through it. This was the extravaganza episode. This is the one where we shuffled money around and made the actors go up to Dallas. Remember that?
But it was a good time.
It was a good time.
We had a great time. It looks like we're having even more fun than we actually did. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Look at that. Do you know how that happened? Do you know how that scene happened?
No, pray tell.
Mike said, "You need to write me a love scene." And I said, oh, by the way, if you can hear bleeding through the booth, that's because a bunch of people are watching this go down in flames. But Mike told me, he was like, "You're writing this shit, and we're all just your little puppets. Why don't you write me a love scene?" And I said, okay.
I didn't get any love scenes.
You didn't. You really didn't. That was kind of sad.
I really wanted to make out with Rob.
I'm sorry.
Maybe Tommy, too. Maybe, Ben, whomever.
It's a hot little cast. Well, you're a tramp, then.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all know I'm a whore, so that's okay.
Right. Whereas Mike wanted a love scene, Hillary came and said, "Can I have an orgy?" And we said no.
You said no.
You said
Why?
I said no.
The bus was a perfect opportunity. Nobody would have known. What happens on the bus stays on the bus, but no. But it was good time. Look at all this old stuff. How long ago was this? Like a year ago?
Yeah.
Taylor didn't even have her driver's license then, did she?
No, she didn't.
And I am still a little bitter about the fact that I kept getting put in the scenes with her, like this one, for example, where I'm 5 feet tall and she's 6 feet tall. And
I think it's funny on this one we shot everybody doing that sound effects thing, but you're the only one who had to stand on a box.
Do you have to tell everybody that?
Because you see it in the volume 3 that you're stepping up on it.
Oh, okay, well, fine.
It's so funny.
I can't help it.
But are you lactose intolerant, by the way? You can drink milk, can't you?
Oh, yeah. I
okay.
Can drink milk.
Yeah.
I try not to, but I can.
But yeah, we had a good time. It's been a long haul, and by the time this hits the streets, a certain network will have been airing
the bad version. The stinky version.
We did a couple of versions of this, and the other version won out. Cartoon Network liked that one better, so you never know where it's going to land. So
you never know.
Lots
of people will be home smoking something, watching it.
That's watching that. Yeah, that was so funny. It's done real well. It's got a lot of buzz and stuff. But even people who didn't care for the show were like, "Why did Cartoon Network buy that version? Why didn't they buy Stevens? At least it made sense."
Yeah, at least you get the. What are they?
The jokes. Yeah, you get the jokes at least.
The references. That's what I was looking for.
And props, by the way, to all the critics who liked it. That was really nice. The anime on DVD, Chris Beveridge and DVD Talk Guy and Sequential Tart, they were really nice about it. They really got off on the show. What'd they say? Thank God they let Foster behind the camera. And it was like, it's better there. Because there's Mike.
It looks like this turned out really well. I haven't seen it yet, but, considering that we filmed the whole thing on the bus, moving... It looks pretty good.
And we hit that one section of we were in Houston and the convention was in Dallas, and so the logistical decision was, we'll just shoot on the bus because we got the actors there for that long. We should go ahead and shoot it. But you have to light everything, especially see that's being blasted back and shit. But the bus was a really glam bus. The Roadhouse coaches hooked us up really nice, and we all liked it. We just didn't get a chance to enjoy it enough. We didn't really have any parties except on the way back. But it was loud. It was really loud.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a great experience.
It was a lot of work, is what it was.
Yeah. We kind of felt like rock stars, though, showing up in Dallas on this big, fine bus. What were some of the bands that had ridden on this bus? I can't remember.
Oh, God. This wasn't the one Beyonce was. I don't know. It would look like, but our driver looked like one of the guys from Leonard Skinner. What was his name?
He and his wife.
And she made it, actually, they made it actually into a couple of the shots.
They were great.
They were great. And everybody's been, it's been a lot of fun. Everybody's been really, the cast was very nice to do it. But we had, like you said, we had a good time doing it.
And I'm not sure what the people at the convention thought of us. Quiet on the set! Excuse me, we're filming!
But most people were really great about being on camera. It was really, really nice. Except that one dude, remember that one guy who wouldn't talk? And what was...
I don't remember.
Oh,
I may not have been.
That's right,
in the
you weren't
area.
there because you had to do a panel, right?
Right,
yeah.
when none of it would work, so I kind of had to do, as you say, my little song and dance for about an hour and a half.
There were a lot of technical difficulties as usual with a convention, but everybody was really nice there. They were very accommodating, which was really nice. The people at the West End and the Adams Market, it was a lot of fun. But the bus was a blast on the way up. It was a long bus, and it was funny because we had what was our call time? Was like 7 a.m., wasn't it?
Right.
And everybody's pulling up because I told everybody in the cast we're not going to have to go up in a Winnebago. It'll be something a little nicer. And Shelley Black shows up and she's like, I feel like a rock star. I was like, well, you are a rock star.
For the day.
For the day.
For the weekend, actually.
For the weekend.
And then you had nice rooms for us, too, so we really felt like rock stars.
Okay, the best bed on the planet.
The best bed on the planet.
Is at the Westin Hotel.
Lucy and I cuddled in one. It was fantastic.
There's fan service.
Well, you got to take care of them.
What were that's right. Well, because everybody always wants to know how much of this. Mike McRae said that I just take y'all's lives and manipulate it to my whim, which I think is a nice little fantasy. I wish I had that much power, but I don't. But we did have to room. We had, it was like shot like an independent film. We didn't have a lot of money, and so there were.
We were bunking.
You were bunking with Lucy, right?
Lucy, yeah. I told you we shared a bed.
That's right.
We got a little cold.
That's so romantic.
Just joking.
Tommy Drake is laughing in the background.
You just imagine it, Tommy. Think about it.
We had to, the scheduling was such a bitch. That's what's so weird about this commentary is that everybody's, Tommy's nodding at her through the glass. That's what's so weird about this commentary is that we're actually all here. David's really the only one who can't be here because he's doing a play in New York. But everybody else is here. Ben's actually flying back from LA right now. Taylor will be going to New York next week. I just got back from New York. Where were you this weekend? You were at a convention.
Oh, I was in Port O'Connor this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you were.
But I was in LA a couple of weekends ago.
What convention were you at? What one was that?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was in Valencia, however you say it, California.
Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia.
By the way, you had a screening at a really cool, hip little theater here in town called the Alamo Draft House, and they were nice enough to play it. And Hillary's parents came, and Hillary's parents are just a blast. And it's so funny. Your dad really loved this show.
He loves it.
I'm so embarrassed because it's so foul-mouthed.
He'll probably steal this one from me. Well, where do you think I learned to cuss like this? You've met my parents. You know that this comes to me very naturally.
Her parents are a blast.
Oh, God forbid. I hope they don't see this one. But, it's really done me a lot of good in my life to be able to speak this way.
It's a lot of fun. Hillary's parents are a blast. But we were at the screening, and they were just the biggest supporters. But they're good folks.
Well, the sad thing was we were at the screening, and my boyfriend came in late, and he's sitting there watching it, and it's been on for like 30 minutes, and he leans over and goes, "When do you come on?"
He didn't know it was you?
No.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's awful.
That's awesome.
Okay.
You're very dexterous.
I think it sounds just like me.
Only a couple of lines do, because some of them, it's just, but
screaming.
Everybody's vocal work is really good. Your stuff goes really, really small and really high, and that's why I just don't get it. I don't know. Thank you, Cartoon Network, for picking it up, and I'm very flattered, and we're all grateful, but I would just think the other version has more dynamics, and I think the acting's better and stuff.
Steven, I think it has too many cuss words for the...
But we bleeped it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it'd be bleep.
But we bleeped them with cow horns and dog barks. And
are you going to use that as an extra anywhere?
Yeah, we should.
Because I'd really like to see that. I bet it'd be kind of amusing.
No, we burned them. I was all.
You were a little.
I was a little bent out of shape.
But somebody was telling me yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday, that the people at Cartoon Network really love that version. I don't know why, but they do. What I heard? There were a couple of things and even on their promos that they had, they were talking about it. This is going to be so old news by the time anyone listens to this commentary, but they really like the consistency of her saying, "You dumbass," Okay.
Where we
mostly said shut up.
And we thought it was, we thought it was repetitive too. So we kind of changed things. And just the delivery was really, really flat and really, really tame. And other people like that in Zen. But the biggest comment I had was one of the fanboys here in the office came to me with the translator, and they we just didn't like milk. And then after you touched it and, kind of turned up the volume on it, made it a little weirder, we liked it. And, we would have never said that about that show because it was just so zen-y and down.
My theory is that it's going to be great to put people to sleep at night. Oh, I'm sorry, but kind of.
It's just not as aggressive, But that's it. But we like our humor more aggressive in here anyway. So
yeah. We're a little bit sicker than the average folk.
And
this is great, by the way. Lucy as this bird cracks me up. It's fantastic. And she realizes she's dead.
And that she negotiates herself out of it, that she thinks she's in heaven and she's not in heaven. She's she's just such an evil little character. And you were really, really amazing playing her. You were just really, really good.
That's all you, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell everybody that.
Just turn up the volume.
I wouldn't have gone a lot of the ways without your direction.
Oh, thanks. That's sweet. But
you can pay me later.
I'll pay you later. Okay. But it's a fun show. Everybody's really good in this, and a little bit like Ben's Glories and stuff like that. Oh, speaking of, I should probably duck out of here and let somebody else in here. You want male or female? How about I give you a guy?
Surprise me.
Okay, I'll surprise you. Okay, I'll be right back.
See you in a bit. All right, well, we lost Steven, but we now have Mike McRae in the booth.
We have traded up.
Toddy over there. What you drinking over there, huh?
Apple juice.
Yeah, you are. Are you good, or do you need a little more to get going here?
I think I've had enough apple juice, man.
Okay. Are you going to talk dirty to me some more like you were before the thing started rolling?
I will keep going until you have a restraining order put out on me, if that's what you want.
Sure, that'd be
What did you think I was going to say?
I'm not sure, but I was curious.
Restraining order. It just took me a minute to think of that word.
I know. I'm having a little
I know. I should remember that word, too, because I'm familiar with the concept.
Have you used it before?
Well, it's been used on me.
So we were talking about the convention a little while ago with
Speaking of restraining orders.
Speaking of restraining orders, there are a few fangirls out there that had to have a restraining order not to get near a mic.
Well, could be. I wasn't told about it. But
Oh, you didn't know about that?
Yeah. Well, as I recall, we had a pretty open bus policy. So if anyone did want to come in there, I'm sure they could have. Steven.
Hey.
What? No, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was good times.
So what would be your highlight from the convention? That was your first one, right? You've never been to one.
I had never been to one before. And the highlight, we got to see a couple of those fur fetish people wrestle around on the ground.
They were rolling around.
It was I've seen that MTV documentary thing about them, and I was
What are
very
they called?
weirded
Fuzzies or
something like that?
Furries?
Yeah, furries or something. People dress up in big furry animal costumes and.
So have you gone out and bought yours yet?
No, you know what? Those are very expensive, and if I were going to do it, I would have it tailor-made.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be chintzy about it.
Right.
I'd go top-notch with it, and I just don't have the money for that right now.
Well, do you have an animal in mind, or?
I'd be a sugar glider.
Sugar glider. And what would a sugar glider? Is that little squirrel thing?
Yeah, it flies around.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Excellent idea. Get a little airborne action.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I'm all about that. So, one other question for you, Mike.
Oh, plushies? Is that what they're called?
Plushies!
Oh, okay. Well, help from Tommy Drake.
I was going to say, I'm glad Tommy knows all about that.
Yeah, Tommy knows about all sorts of weird fringe fetishes, so he's our resident expert.
Do you want to be a girl plushie, Tommy? A little lipstick, a little bow? It's all good. Yes.
He can't defend himself. He's not in here. That's not fair.
Well, he'll get around to it, I'm sure. So I guess the other question I would have is, for all the fans out there, what's it like kissing Shelley Black?
Oh, wow.
You've done it a couple of times now.
Yeah, one time it was on camera, I think, for this thing. But in general, it's quite electric. It is.
Very good.
But, there's this closed mouth policy or whatever.
I know. What's up with that?
That's sort of bullshit, but otherwise. But yeah, that was shower fuel for a couple of weeks right there, definitely.
Wow. A little too much information in my booth.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
So, Mr. President,
Yes.
Are you going to miss him?
Milk-chan. Oh.
I'm going to change the subject. I just can't go there anymore.
Well, you know, we might as well make this entertaining.
Right.
But, yeah, no, he was by far the funnest character I've ever done in any of these things.
I know I've said it before in a couple of other commentaries. You really did a great job. I just love watching you play the president.
Oh, well, thanks.
You and Marcy.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Oh, there I am.
There you go.
And Tommy's got a rubber, and I'm...
Oh,
all right.
I don't think I've seen this.
You know you want to.
Wow. Where's the plushie when you need it?
We had to do several takes of this, if I'm not... we went through a whole, like a 12-pack, I think, of them, which takes me about 2 years, but we did that in, you know, 5 minutes with this thing.
Now, what are y'all talking about here? I can't hear it. I have no idea.
I believe that the plot of this thread was that Tommy was going to do a sex demonstration or some sort of a sex workshop for the youngsters at the convention.
Oh, like a safe sex seminar.
And
okay.
Tommy, they chose him as the Lothario that he is to helm this particular demonstration. And yeah, that's what that was. And this, of course, came from the mind of Stephen Foster.
Well, of course.
But anyway, yeah, so I will miss the president. But
I'll miss your flies.
He's always...
Personally.
Yeah, that always kind of creeped me out.
It's kind of gross, you know?
Yeah, I didn't like what they were implying about my character and his personal hygiene habits. But what are you going to do?
Well, I drool on myself, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, it does.
Unfortunately, in person, I kind of...
Are you going to miss your character?
Well,
Double H?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. You had fun with that,
She
you could
made me
tell.
mean, though. Every time I would come in and do milk, I would leave here and be extremely irritable.
Yeah, this...
Maybe that's not much out of character, actually.
It has altered your personality
It has.
significantly.
It's changed my life.
Noticed.
Forever.
But in a good way.
Yes. And I will be going to blue hair here shortly.
To what?
Blue hair.
What's that?
Her hair is blue.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's a good look.
It is.
Perhaps.
Very young for blue hair. Usually that's something 80 and up, but she's 6.
I'm always ahead of the curve.
Yeah, always.
Steven, are you going to come join me in here? We need some company in the
look
booth.
at this.
Little.
We're not...
We were just dissing Mike and Hillary about how bad they were being in the
God, we
commentary.
suck. We're so boring. I'm sorry, I have nothing left to say. I'm going to miss it.
Give me a, what do you want me to talk about, man?
Let's talk about your personal life. Just joking.
Let's talk about your personal life.
Why not? It always seems to come back to fucking that anyway, so let's do it.
Oh. Do we have bleeps for the commentary as well?
Oh, are we recording right now?
It's gold.
Are we recording right now?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Well, now see, that was a great honest moment that these people have to treasure on their DVD version of Super Milk Chan Volume, whatever the fuck this is.
Wow, Stephen, I think we have an ornery one in there.
Fuck you. No,
He's feisty.
He's
oh,
feisty.
I'm making it fun.
I would love to be in the
Hey, I'd walk in here, I'm giving whiskey, and then go in the booth with whiskey. What's going to happen? I'm going to say some inappropriate things.
Can I have some whiskey?
Yes, you can. In fact, you have to.
Later, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, give me some whiskey.
There you go. Water of life.
Not
Aqua
really.
Vitae. Wishkibaya.
Wishkibaya?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
That's where the word whiskey comes from.
Where have you been here lately?
Pardon?
Where have you been?
Where have I
what part of
been?
the country?
I have been all over. I was in the lovely town of San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio. That's how you're supposed to say it.
San Antonio, indeed. Well, that's what I was told. I was there, near the Alamo. And
did you have any good Alamo jokes?
I did have some Alamo jokes,
Can
actually.
you give us one? Or is that putting you on the spot too
No,
much?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I was talking about, I do a lot of Ozzy Osbourne stuff. in my act. I was
Right.
talking about the incident that happened 20 years ago when Ozzy Osbourne was wandering around downtown after a show in San Antonio. He was wasted, and he was wearing a woman's dress also.
Okay.
And he went up and he peed. He had to pee, and he just ended up peeing on the Alamo. He just thought it was an old building. He didn't know what it was. He miterated all upon Texas's greatest monument, and he was arrested and booked, and he was banned from San Antonio for 20 years. So all I was saying was if he had simply gone inside the Alamo and peed in his pants, he could have argued that he was doing like a historical reenactment of what happened 150 years ago. Oh, come on. They were surrounded by the entire Mexican army. There was going to be some leakage.
I've seen the movie.
I get surrounded by 4 Mexican. I shit my pants, all right? So I was in San Antonio.
Where else have you been?
Before that, I was in Tulsa.
Now, give me a Tulsa joke. Do we have any?
There's nothing funny about that place.
I can attest to that. No offense to any of you out there in Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa anime fans.
Tulsa's a great place for anime.
Yeah, Tulsa's a great place, but if you're an anime fan in Tulsa, get out, because they're probably going to beat you up really hard. And then before that, I was in Austin, which is always fun. Austin's a great town.
Austin's
I really like the
fun
place.
Town, yeah.
Yeah. So I've had that's been past 3 weeks. So
no St. Louis?
I haven't been in St. Louis, my hometown.
Yeah, so are you cheering for the Cardinals or the Astros, by the way? Because we're in the middle of the Major League Baseball playoffs.
I'm rooting for the Cardinals.
This is the last night of it, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see
what happens.
How further my mood degenerates.
See, now we're really dating this DVD.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They're going to know who won.
Well, but it also makes it timely.
Oh,
you can put this in a time capsule, and you can listen to it, and you remember this 2004 pennant race.
I think I'll do that. I'll save it for my children.
There you go.
Because I'm sure they'd be so proud.
Yeah, my children aren't going to watch this.
No? Why not?
Oh, not till they're older.
Okay. About what, 5, 6?
Yeah, about whatever age Milk Channel is supposed to be, I suppose.
Right, age appropriate.
Exactly.
So where are you headed next? I'm flailing. I don't want to talk about Milk anymore. I want to know more about Mike.
Well, I'm answering every question.
You can ask me.
There's a picture that I'm being shown for no reason. I'm going to Minneapolis and then Dayton, Ohio.
Well, those should be 2 warm places.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly. But I really like Minneapolis, another great town. I love going there every chance I get. So things are looking up for me. How about you, Hillary? What other projects do you have coming up?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. How's your personal life?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. What do you think about chaos theory?
I like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So kind of like the Big Bang Theory type thing.
Why not?
Whatever, sure, chaos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't very good at that either. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. How?
We're
supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, we're supposed to talk about milk in the convention.
The convention.
Oh, my favorite.
Now you're a veteran of these things. You have been to many of them, and I remember seeing some great pictures that you brought back from one of them.
Right. I have a new favorite scenario though, and I hope this doesn't offend any of our fans out there, but I wasn't sure how to take this. The last one I went to, I was in the middle of a conversation with 2 people, and all of a sudden the girl meowed at me. I mean, we're just talking, and she goes, meow. I was like, excuse me? Oh, I just like to make that noise. Well, when I got back, somebody here told me that that's convention speak for you want to come up to my room. So I'd really appreciate it if somebody would clarify that for me. Because I've never been meowed at before.
Wow.
And it was a girl.
Well, now, okay.
She wanted a little Lucy action.
Right. No, Lucy.
Lucy Christian.
Oh. What is that supposed to mean?
No, I'm referring back... Because we shared a room, in Dallas.
Well, now let me ask you this. Okay. Now, knowing what you did then, would you have meowed back, so to speak?
Not so much.
No?
No. My boyfriend was there.
Well, now it's...
Maybe he could have meowed back.
Well, I mean, this could have been an opportunity for... That's something that a lot of guys want to happen.
What are you doing? See what happens next time.
Yeah. Well, let me know what happens.
I'll get back to you. So from this convention,
someone did a parrot squawk at me while I was there. Is that a similar thing, or is that?
I think it
does
is.
That mean something completely different? I was talking to someone. They're like, "Yeah, I really like." Rah! So does that mean go into the boiler room? I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to get the con dictionary.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of guide or glossary.
I wish somebody would get that to us. So if you're out there and you have a con glossary, please.
Now, I have no more conventions in my future. How about yourself?
No, I don't. There's one in Houston this weekend. Are you going to go?
No.
Gotta go check it out.
I can't.
Me neither.
Yeah. Or at least that's what I'm going to say.
Now, do you want to go to more conventions?
As long as I would go to, I think I would enjoy the convention if there weren't some Nazi-ish director telling me what to do every waking moment
And
while
what to
I was
wear?
there.
Have to wear the same clothes for 2 days straight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have no problem doing that.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think we're on number 4 for this little ensemble.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Yeah. But no, seriously, yeah, I'd go to another one.
They're fun. It's interesting. It's really cool to get to hear other people talk about what we do. Because, like, we're all actors, comedians. It's kind of a job. We enjoy it, but it's cool to see the people who really do.
Yeah, it was the first time I really got any kind of firsthand contact on a large scale with people who are just really into it and really tickled by what we do and everything, and that was neat. You know, I was glad I had an opportunity to meet those people and talk to them. And I only wish I was as well known for my comedy as I apparently am for my work with this stuff. I'd be a much more successful person.
One day.
But yeah, no. But that's a testament to. It's cool that they know who we are and what we do and everything. It's neat.
Oh, Steven's right. I just realized it's time for me to go to my next happy hour for my real job. So y'all have fun here.
Bye, Hillary.
Adios.
Everybody say bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Are they too loud out there, Adrian? Adrian's our wonderful engineer.
They need to shut the fuck up.
Okay. I just found out my engineer is going to be leaving me, so and Adrian's pinching tonight. It's like I always I'm burnout engineers, I guess. Mike, Mike just came back from San Antonio. Is that where you last were?
Yeah, that was the last place I was.
And I just came back from New York. I stayed at the Hudson Hotel. It's in Ian Schrager. It's a really nice boutique in Midtown near Central Park. Where'd you stay?
The Hudson, is that the one that doesn't say anything on the front of it?
Yes, that is the one.
Yeah,
yes.
with the weird orange lighting and everything,
Yellow,
and the
yes.
clear showers. And
That's exactly it.
I've been there. That's a weird place,
That's
man.
that's the place to be on some nights, and it was a really nice.
Yeah,
now,
that bar is quite something.
The bar is a happening place. Now, when were you there?
I was there 2 years ago. I didn't stay there, but my friends were staying there, and I hung out there quite a bit.
Man, well, we're giving Schrager a plug. Maybe he'll give us all good discount rooms and stuff like that.
Who? Ian Schrager?
Ian Schrager.
Oh, that's who was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty glam place. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. I'm
just ducking in here. I wanted to ask you on the convention stuff on the bus. Do you remember the way back?
Yeah.
They're so loud out there. We need to turn that. Can you tell?
Yeah, they need to be. They need
a little bit quieter.
They really
just a
need
little
to be
bit.
quiet.
But it's a long. We never get together.
Can they hear us?
I think so, but they don't care.
Shut the fuck up.
They don't want. They don't want to hear us. We never get together. I mean, none of us are ever in the same room. So it's kind of nice to.
It's very electric when it happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But
do you remember the bus trip on the way back after we finally finished filming?
Yeah, sure.
Now, where were you? Oh my God! Speaking of,
look, there's Marcy.
Marcy.
She's getting some very. Oh, smack! Oh man!
If you rewind that and watch it, you can see Marcy go "fuck" when he hits her.
Oh, that is.
And that was one of those things that just happened where Marcy just got hit, and we were like, "Ooh, let's write that into the scene."
Yeah.
So she was a champ. But do you remember that? Where were you? The bus was divided on the way back into two groups. In the front,
I was all over.
Were you? Did you move back and forth?
When it comes to bus trips, I'm a social butterfly. I will go to every back and forth between compartment to compartment.
Well, some of us smoke and other of us don't. And in the front, it was Rob Mungle who found out that we had like satellite mobile cable or something, and X2 was on. And he said, like, let's watch X2.
Yeah, we watched X2. That was great.
It was X2 with Marcy. In the front was Lucy, Marcy, Hillary.
Uh-huh.
Rob. I can't remember who else. And then and they were watching X2, and it was funny to hear Marcy go like, "What? She's morphing it. Oh, that's that girl who changes characters."
Yeah, she doesn't. She didn't understand anything
that was going on. And in the back,
she didn't get it, dude.
And in the back past the booth,
why are there knives coming out of his hand? What is that about?
She's so, God love her. And in the back were the smoke. It was Christine, Shelley, me, Taylor waltzed back, and you, and then we were all talking about love and relationships. And I remember we were talking about Taylor was talking about high school, how, it's just so tough in high school that, people are so mean to each other and they change
Go
stuff.
on,
and Shelley said, it never ends. They're always the same. Life is like high school. You could just see Taylor's face fall.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little easier for her than for other people, though. I don't think she needs to worry too much.
Well, I'm gonna duck out of the booth here and let one of the young ladies come in.
All right.
See you later, Mike.
Bring me women.
Okay, I'm here for you, Mike.
And I was brought women in the lovely form of Miss or Mrs. Shelley Colleen Black. Talented actress, performer, lady about town.
Keep going. No.
Rack on tour.
Rack on tour?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Saying you're taking your rack around the country on tour. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even really know what rack on tour means. But yeah, Shelley played. Now, what in the Milk Chan? You play part of the Bug family.
The ant family,
Ants,
Mama Ant.
yes. Mama Ant.
And then I have to do all the King Laboratory stuff. And
Yes.
And then I have
Very
to ask.
creepy.
I have to ask Steven if there's anything else because I don't ever really remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, and you're busy, so you're not going to know offhand.
No.
Sure, but yeah, how much of a blast is this show, huh?
Hey, huh? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have fun on the trip? I think that's been the theme of our commentary so far. Is our
It should
trip to
be the
Dallas.
theme of our trip. Has anyone explained the great tour bus we got to go on?
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, you can see it obviously in the videos here. But we had a lot of fun on this bus. I mean, it's
Oh my God.
any place there were cots. I mean, you like beds you
The
can
berths.
sleep in.
The berths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, TVs,
lounge.
DVD players, lounge, bar, kitchen.
We had,
Oh my God.
Steven brought us breakfast tacos in the morning.
Oh
that
my
was the
God.
best part.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
The whole week was fun.
Yeah, so who
Me
were
and
the
BP
other people?
kicking it in the hotel room.
You and who?
BP,
Who's that?
Ben Pronsky.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know
No,
Ben
me and
very well.
British Petroleum were crashing together in the hotel room.
Oh, that's right. You guys were sleeping
Hey,
together.
there's you and Taylor. She's got a good hand and some good cards too. So. Hello.
I forgot what we were saying right here. Ooh, but she's pissing me off.
Oh, I see. So that's the.
She's all brainy.
The plot is she's smarter than she looks. Yeah. Acting. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Did you? Yeah.
Wait,
wow.
I'm sorry. I was watching this instead of listening to you. What?
Oh. Well, this is a high stakes game right here. Look at all that cash you guys are flapping down. Did Steven provide that?
I think so because I know it ain't
is that
mine.
stunt money?
It ain't mine, buddy.
Yeah.
I know that.
I wasn't carrying that kind of. I would. Yeah. I bet you didn't.
It was.
Yeah, I would never bring that amount of cash with you jokers on a bus trip.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be hard to imagine. So,
What?
you were gonna say? I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No, I was hoping you were going to say something. What was it?
Well, okay. So, what projects are you working on in your non-anime life right now?
Non-anime life. I just assistant directed a production of The Exonerated, which is not so funny to talk about because it's about 6 exonerated people from death row, but it was a fascinating experience.
Very well received.
Very well received.
I read about that, so congratulations.
Yeah, very cool.
Good job.
Yeah, that was really
At the Alley
amazing.
Theater, for those of you who don't know, the
the
premier
prestigious Alley Theater.
here in Houston.
Known here and abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it was a very cool experience. And so getting ready to go into Christmas Carol again.
Yes, which is your annual,
My
that's
annual,
your big thing.
Oh, boy. It's a hoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to
Can't
try
get
to
enough
catch
of
that.
that. 50 shows a year is
Oh,
just not
my
enough.
goodness.
It's just not enough. I enjoy it so much.
That's your favorite,
I'm
isn't
going
it?
into my 8th year.
And who do you play?
Mrs. Cratchit.
Ah, of course you
Tiny
do.
Tim's mum.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless his little heart.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
It's that really got me depressed. I only have about 2.5 weeks left of freedom.
Well, enjoy it.
Yeah. So, but stuff that I'll do in the spring will be fun. So.
Well, I have my nightmarish things.
What's yours?
Well, you know, I just got private shows coming up in December. Those are.
Oh yeah, you were just saying you're going out of town again too, right?
Yeah, but that'll be fun. Those are going to be 2 good weeks.
Oh, good.
I'll enjoy those.
Cool.
But
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So Super Milk Chan. It's all over. This is our last. It's our last volume.
I know.
We're gonna miss each other because we all. I'm probably never gonna see you again after today.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Are you moving?
No, but I mean, you know, there's really no reason why I ever would. I mean, we're not working on this together anymore.
Yeah.
And
I don't know that I'd want to see anybody after today.
Yeah, I've had quite enough of all of these people, quite frankly. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Except Rob. He owes me about $10, so I'll probably see him somewhere else down the line.
That's not true, folks. We all love each other very much. And we travel well together, and nobody's a bunch of thieves.
Oh, why'd you have to go and ruin everything?
Oh, I was getting all sentimental, because I'll actually miss you guys.
Oh, you will? Well, why don't you call us?
Sometimes I call
y'all. We all
y'all.
have each other's numbers.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Mm-hmm. No, I talked to you the other day.
I would like to take this opportunity to give Hillary Haig's phone number and Shelley Black's phone number to the entire anime world.
Yeah, 555-555555.
We got. Okay.
Don't put your
Hillary
freaking
Haig.
cell phone down.
Attention, anime fans.
No, Michael.
Hillary Haig.
Michael.
713.
Steven, did you put him back in his crate?
Yeah, Mike has been kicked out of the booth now. So
Michael's done in this building.
He had his cell phone out, and it was
He was giving it out.
He was going to give it out. He was going to give out Hillary Haig's phone number. And she would have kicked his ass. Because she's had her internet stalkers before, which is kind of...
Yeah, hey, hey, guys, if anyone's watching this and you're a stalker, okay, stop. It's really uncool.
Oh, something's happening out there.
I know.
Well, see, the bad thing is that the half the cast has been stalking you. You're the makeout queen of the cast.
Oh God! And I'm the only married one.
And you're the only married one.
No, that's not true. Christine's married too.
Christine's married.
That's right.
Christine. By the way, I can't wait to hear when she gets in here because she's kind of been she's got this reputation now.
Yeah, but she's been slinging them back too.
That's true. That's true. It's going to be ugly. We've got to keep sober for the commentaries because it'll be one of the usual giggle fests, which I do not want.
I know. I haven't had enough to do that. So either I'm not giggling or I'm just boring the crap out of everybody right now.
Did you? I mean,
what?
So on the Dallas trip, what? Did you? Was it just too much work?
No. We worked our asses off. What's going on? Oh, look. There's Christine.
There's Christine, and that's you know what? That's a really good point for me to get out of here and let Christine
just put Christine in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
And Christine's in here now.
Hi.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm just fine.
I'm so glad.
I just passed you a note.
I saw it, and it said, "Talk about us sharing a room."
Yes, at the
We
Dallas
did.
Convention, we shared a room.
Yes, we did. And what happened in there will only be between us.
Only between us.
But I will say this. That bubble bath was rocking.
The bubble bath was rocking. And the candles, yeah.
It was very romantic. We just got yelled at by Rob Mungle.
Guys, this is the fun way to do a commentary. Most of the time when we do commentaries, it's kind of a business thing, and we all come in and we sit in our separate studios, and it's just us and the engineer and the director, and that's pretty much it. But this is a party.
We're having a party right now, and we're slinging back the drinks.
Yeah.
Christine and I are talking about our affair.
Yeah.
To the public.
To the public. Well, we have a history.
Awesome. Well, we do have an awesome history.
Awesome history.
It goes back to college, shall we say?
College, yeah. We went to college together.
Oh,
but getting back to the
commentary.
Yeah. So we went to Dallas.
I had a good time.
I had a good time in Dallas. You know what? It was so much work that I almost don't remember
Jesus, I know it was, but it was fun.
And it was one of the first conventions that I ever went to.
It was the first convention I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, and I have to say, you guys, the dedication is amazing. The dedication is amazing.
I like the. Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, Okay, I am not even gonna say what Mike McRae just did in the window to my booth.
We need a visual with this, don't we?
I?
Will you?
Oh, there should be a video. You would not believe what he just did. Oh my God, and he's gonna do it again.
So if what I'm doing doesn't mean with your approval, it's so much fun with your own. Don't blame me.
Oh, so okay, so after Milk Channel and everything, especially their live action stuff, what are your fans presently?
Oh my gosh, everybody thinks I'm mean.
Well, a little bit. I'm sorry, you're not really.
I'm not mean. I was playing a character. I was playing a conglomerate character. Of
Is that
all
really
the
true,
directors.
though? Have you had people that think that you're mean?
Yes, I have. You know what, guys? I look at the forums. So
You're kidding.
No, I do. I watch the forums, and sometimes I comment, but you never know. I might be under a different name.
Oh, that's so funny.
So yeah,
That's
I
so
do watch the
funny.
forums. Yeah.
I wouldn't think that people would think that. Don't you know we're just acting?
I'm not that mean. I wasn't playing myself in those. I was playing the director person. So it was kind of a joke on some of the more extreme characteristics of directors.
Some that we personally know.
Yes. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful. All the
Sure
directors
they are, and they give us jobs, so we love them. Yeah.
But yeah, it was the character was kind of a conglomerate of different directors I've worked with, not just at ADV, but everywhere. Directors
apparently are mean.
Sometimes they can be.
Not Stephen Foster, though.
No, Steven's never mean.
I've seen him be bitchy, though. I can give it to you.
Stephen can be bitchy.
Because he did. Well,
No, we won't talk about that.
I won't talk about when he.
No.
He did.
no.
Look, he's right there, and he's like, "Say it, say it." That one time when you really kind of, let's say, dressed me down.
You got dressed down by
Steven.
Oh,
He called
no.
me. He called me later. I mean, that night, and yeah, I mean, he apologized and stuff, so that was cool. But
Oh, that's sad. Steven!
it was a long time ago.
Steven says he doesn't remember.
It was like, I think it was like, unfortunately, it was like the first show I was working on.
Oh, you know, I can tell you, Shelley, though, that Steven loves you.
I'm glad. I think he does now, but
Steven absolutely adores you.
look at him. Okay, I'm just kidding. He never dressed me down. He's about to cry.
No, back to you. So this is Dr. Eye Patch, and I didn't know that this was Tommy Drake. Yeah,
That's Tommy Drake, and I assist Tommy Drake in more ways than one.
Oh my God, I cannot let her have any cocktails. It's terrible. She makes up stories.
You can't let me have it either because I laugh like a hyena.
It's very cute. It's very cute. Oh my God, look at how gorgeous you girls are.
Well, I mean, Shelley's just a hot babe.
Oh, this is, okay, the editor for this piece is Roberto Garcia, and he's a wonderful rapper. Raw B.
I knew that. Yeah.
And he edits this stuff, and he froze framed that shot and sent it to her. The one where Shelley's like profiling and stuff, and we're like, I'm sorry, Roberto is in love with you right now, and so
God.
we email. I said, he goes, can I frame grab that? And what you know Rob, and he's like all this. Very large and Hispanic and dark and sexy and cool, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, I can email her that.
Yeah.
Let me do that for her."
He's mad at me because I called him Taco Man.
You called him Taco Man. He's coming. And the engineers have Breakfast Fridays. Is it Breakfast Fridays, Adrian? Is it Breakfast Fridays?
I have to set the record straight on this, okay? I did not know about this tradition, and so I come in to do a session, and they've got tacos everywhere, and so it's like, yeah, have some. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, they spent their money, and they went out and bought these tacos, and I'm not going to take one for free because my mother just like instilled it in me, pay for your food, always, don't take anything for free. And so I was like, well, I can give you money. I can give you my share of whatever I eat. I have some cash. And he thought I was saying he was a taco man.
Yeah, she thought our editor was a taco delivery guy. It was kind of sad.
I didn't think he was. I knew he worked here.
I think it's funny that Christine didn't know that you didn't know it was Tommy doing that voice, which is really.
It was Tommy.
Well, it's really because I'm gonna let Tommy talk about the part of that because I wanted to work with him so bad. I wanted to work, because we had done the colorful thing before, and I was like, okay, and so he came in and he did this. Well, I'll let him tell it.
Well, I did
and
that.
Also the perception of you being horrible.
I know, mean. I know.
It was so.
I did that whole scene with Tommy. And I think he had recorded before me. And I was doing the whole reporter scene where I'm interviewing him. And I did not know even then that it was Tommy.
After 4 volumes. He's really, it's just really amazing. And all right, well, so without further ado, here's Tommy.
Tommy Drake! Tommy Drake is coming into the studio right now. And there he is on the screen. Tommy Drake.
And now I'm in the booth.
Wow, that was fast.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me cover what Stephen was saying.
Okay.
This is something that I believe I've said before on commentary, but I think it needs to be said again.
Do say again.
I have very little skill as a voice actor. I have very little range.
Oh, please.
Stephen likes working with me because I'm cute and I have an excellent personality.
And you have a great butt.
Exactly. So he likes hanging out.
Yeah, you have a good butt.
So what he does...
And good fashion sense.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You have excellent fashion sense as well.
Very
and
much.
That's not just me returning the compliment. So what Stephen does is he gives me a part where he can completely synthesize the voice and add sound effects to it. Nobody knows that it's me.
No, but I didn't. And you know what? I have a real talent for being able to pick people out. I mean, no matter what it is. Car commercials, I can, that's... but I didn't know. I had no idea.
As much as I love the eye patch voice, I love what they do to it, but there's none of me left.
There's none of you left?
There isn't, no.
For those of you who don't know, Tommy Drake is a really extremely funny comedian.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know, and I'm talking about the people that work here at ADV and Cast, Christine's actually extremely talented as well, and very underutilized.
Yes.
If you watch the live action, Christine's the one that stands out as an actress because she's actually playing a character and very funny. Actually,
I
read a review where they went nuts every time you were on the screen. That's when the live action was interesting. It's a brilliant character that you're playing.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I have to give that character to all the directors I've worked with in my many, many years of doing this.
It really is a dream role, isn't it, for an actor?
I talked to Stephen about it for a little bit before he wrote it, and I was like, I was kind of telling him, there's this director, but he had a really good idea of a director character, and everything that he wrote there was perfect, and I just had to take what he wrote and give it life, and that was a really good character to play.
And you did, and it's brilliant. It's really the funniest part of, I think, the live action.
But wait, we got cleavage.
Oh, we do. We have Hillary and Shelley.
Shelley cleavage. We got to watch that.
Both gorgeous. It's really Stephen casts nothing but pretty girls. It seems like.
Amazingly gorgeous women.
Yeah. There's a bunch of hotties working on the show.
A bunch of hotties, and we were talking about Taylor earlier. We're all so much older than Taylor, and she's just so amazingly beautiful that we are a little jealous.
She really is, and we are a little jealous. But she's jealous of the fact that we have independence, and
she's still a child. Yes.
We're
For those of you who are drooling over Taylor. She is a child.
Yeah, but you can't say how old she is.
We can't, no.
There's certain things. What can and can't we talk? Can we talk about your other skills? You actually did makeup for some of the live action. Is that okay to talk about that?
I did makeup, and yes, it is.
Because you're very multi-talented, as are a lot of the people in the cast.
While Hillary is a payroll salesperson,
yes,
I do makeup and wardrobe for commercial and corporate work. Yeah,
and it was great because while you were acting, and you have a sizable role in the live action, you were also doing makeup.
So I have my makeup belt strapped to me in costume, and then I take it off while I'm on camera and run around and do that, and then go back and touch up the next person who's in the scene with me.
It's really intimidating and discouraging as an actor to have somebody working behind the scenes, and they're like, "Oh, I'm on now, okay," and then they just jump on and knock their scene out, and then they go back and they have all this work to do.
Oh my God!
And we're sitting there still trying to learn our lines, and she's like, "You're putting me in drag," and like jumping in, doing a couple scenes.
What's really funny about that is that if I didn't have another job to do, if I were, all I had to do was prepare for what I was doing on screen, I would totally suck. That's the secret. I have to be distracted. I have to be completely distracted and doing something else entirely.
So you're saying I should bring like a Game Boy to the set
Bring
or
a
something?
Game Boy,
play a little Tetris.
Have meetings, maybe. Have some story meetings about some other project while you're doing this.
There you go.
That'll do it.
Now we're talking.
So talk about conventions. Since we went to this convention in Dallas, that's one of the biggest conventions.
Yes.
ACON is huge.
Yeah, and it was, and even though I've done a lot of voices for a lot of years, that's the first convention that I've been to.
It is? Have you been invited to any others?
I've never been invited. That's the first one I've been to.
It's a crying
and it was just
shame.
to shoot that. But
It's
you
a
know what?
crying shame.
It was very fun, very interesting, and I was impressed. I actually enjoyed. I like the costumes that people were wearing. I thought that
and
was
you know what?
cool.
I've been to several conventions since, and I have to say the cosplay tournaments are really amazing.
Oh, really?
Love the cosplay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really incredible. You wouldn't believe the dedication and the time and the effort that goes into these contests, and they're so amazing to watch. And I just really, someone I'm kind of older, and I'm kind of over the age of most of the attendees of the conference, but I have to admit that when I go to these conventions, all I can think of is I wish I had had something like this when I was younger, because I was a total sci-fi head, and I just wish that I had something like this to go to.
Yeah, you needed to find your people.
Exactly. Find my people, be with them, and be okay to be who I was, while I was around other people. And it's just a really incredible thing, and I've just really enjoyed the conventions.
It was an incredible experience. I felt bad. I wasn't able to stay overnight with you guys. I had to drive back. I was performing in Houston. The convention was in Dallas, and there was like a 3.5 hour. There's a 3.5 hour drive, and I just drove back after shooting during the day to Houston to perform. And I'm sure I could have flown. It's a cheap flight, and I probably would have been reimbursed. But we didn't know when we were going to be done shooting.
Just a really interesting sidebar to that. I don't know if we haven't talked about this before. We all went up in the bus so that we could shoot on the bus, but somebody drove Tommy's car behind the bus.
Yeah, so I would have it
so
there.
that he would have it to drive back to do his show in Houston.
So I could drive back to do my show.
And then you came back. Didn't you?
I did. I came back, and I arrived back the next morning. You guys were still asleep. I'm there ready to work. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a 7 a.m. call. I guess sometime.
And here you are.
Sometime while I was performing or driving, you decided, let's sleep until 9.
Yeah.
So I get up early.
We don't have Lucy here today, and that's a shame. She's out of town right now.
There's a shot of me sort of humping her from behind.
Lucy. There's a lot of fans of Lucy Christian out there, and I have to say she's just one amazing individual. But she was in kind of the same category as me in the Milk Chan live action things, and that she wasn't playing herself. She was playing the production manager.
Yes.
Who is another person who works here. We just kind of drew these roles out of people who work here.
And it's funny to me, while we're shooting this stuff, we shoot at the actual studios. A lot of the footage is at the studio. And while we're shooting this stuff, the people that you're playing and parodying are like standing by and watching.
Standing right
and
there.
And they're going, where'd she get that character?
Well, Lucy
and
Monica Rial actually played more specific people here.
Than you did.
Than I did.
That's what you keep saying,
yes.
But the truth is, we all know who you were playing, and let's not really.
No, it was a conglomerate of lots of different people.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
So while we're on the subject, which directors do you like and which don't you?
Oh, let's talk.
Oh, I'm kidding, of course. We're watching stuff going on the screen now.
Yeah. I have to say goodbye now.
It's time for Christine to go.
It's time for me to go.
It was lovely.
It was lovely talking with you.
Yes.
And hello, everybody, and goodbye.
Goodbye to the beautiful Christine. We are bringing back the lovely and talented and a very close friend of mine, Rob Mungle, is in the booth now.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Rob, how's tricks?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
It's great. It is great, isn't it?
The bar has been risen, apparently.
The bar has been
Speaking of the bar, I'm having one now.
The bar's been moving in. Here's a little inside scoop. Myself and Rob Mungle and Mike McRae, actually, who works on this show, and Ben apparently as well, I just found out today. We're all big fans of the Jack Daniels. We like to drink the whiskey.
Well, a fan is one way to call it. I would call it a lifelong addiction, but a fan's a good word too.
Jack Daniels was the best man at Rob's first wedding.
Yeah, we like to drink around here.
But we really only like...
That Shelley Black can drink some champagne, can't she?
Boy, Shelley can drink. And
wow, she drinks champagne like it's a gay wedding.
Let me tell you something. When Shelley's sober, she's like a fun drunk.
Yes.
So when she's drunk, it's even more so.
That's right. Yeah.
You can't beat Shelley when she's drinking.
No.
because she knows karate. Here's the thing.
We're talking about you, Shell. How are you?
Of course we are. Here's the thing I wanted to say about the whiskey. It's very nice of Stephen Foster to bring in whiskey, because usually when you do stuff like this, nothing but beer and wine.
Yeah.
And as manly as we might sound right now, we aren't really beer drinkers.
No, not so much.
No, so it's
That's
nice.
you right there in that. You do this voice, don't
I'm
you, Tom?
Dr. Eye Patch, yeah.
Yeah.
But you hear, listen.
And by
listen.
the way, that is a
Wait,
brilliant
can we turn up Dr. Eye Patch here for a second? Listen, Rob, listen to this. Okay, that's enough. You turn it
Now
down.
that is acting, Tom.
Rob, you see how
that is acting.
You see how synthesized that is?
Wow, I tell you what, you took the character and you said, you know what, I'm going to make this my own.
Yeah, I really did. There's none of me left in there. Have you noticed, though, Stephen does that to you, because you're a fun guy to work with. Stephen will hire you for something.
Well, I try.
Stephen will hire you for something just to work with you, and you know you're not right for it, right?
Correct.
All the time.
I can't even read the English language. When they give me a script, I don't know what I'm doing. They have to repeat the words to me in Spanish.
Rob, I'm sure you've told this story on audio commentary numerous times, but I always like to bring it up because ADV is a huge company now. You actually did voiceover for the first project they ever did, didn't you?
That's right, yes. Years and years and years. Back in the 1880s.
Back in the 1880s.
Yes, when they actually had to draw it by hand.
Yeah, and it was a little different back then. They were actually they were pouring records.
It was even more poorly animated than this section we're watching right now.
And how did they record your voice back then?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was like one of those things like on the Flintstones where they had a little person chipping away at the tape. Very primitive back then.
So you have more experience, you have more titles than we can ever name.
Experience is one thing. I think it's really more of yeah.
yeah. And Rob, you and I, of course, know each other from working in stand-up comics.
Correct. You're a brilliant stand-up comic, might I say, Tom.
And
a very funny young man.
Well, thank you.
And you know what? I actually don't have the range. You say you don't have range. I don't have any range. The only reason they bring me into ADV is because I bring you into ADV, and you have a magnificent ass. And that's the only reason I get work here.
But you know what, Rob? You never cease to disappoint. You always.
Well, I try.
See, that's the thing. Rob always has somebody with him.
We're in the studio right now. We can see everybody else chatting, and we're all, doing our work here. And right now, Tom, I don't know if you can see Tom, but Shelley Black and Mike McRae are discussing something right now. And aren't they the cutest couple?
They really are adorable.
I think they were an old gay couple in a previous life.
I got in trouble on the first audio commentary because I just really talked about Mike McRae the whole time. And calling Mike and Shelley an old gay couple is hysterical to me, because they are. They really are. They're an old gay couple, and you think, you know what? Those two should be having sex.
And the bad one, Shelley, was the top.
Well, what you think to yourself when you look at them is those two really should be having sex, but they probably aren't. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, they're adorable.
It's magical. They're brilliant people and good friends.
Shelley's married to a very famous actor.
How come we don't get any live action stuff? I want to discuss the live action stuff.
We had some. You and I talked over it. Maybe we can chat.
We have. Oh, okay. Oh, it's coming up here.
Well, let's talk. This is Mike McRae's character right now.
This is Mike McRae's
the
right
president.
here. A brilliant voice actor, Mike McRae.
And everybody says over and over how brilliant the president is. I want to be the first one to say I thought it was mediocre. I thought Mike's performance as the president could have been better.
Oh.
Honestly. No, of course I'm kidding. Mike's a brilliant talent. Rob, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And genius.
The man of 16 voices. Let me tell you.
Myself and Rob and Mike, we know each other really well because when you go on the road as comics, every now and then you share accommodations.
We do.
So we've certainly slept in the same hotel room before. We've crashed with each other. We're surprise, I'm in town. Let me stay with you because you got a free room. Mm-hmm. And Rob Mungle, you have the greatest snore.
Lies! These are lies!
Of anybody that I've ever met.
I do not snore! There's no evidence to this! And I defy you to bring me a recording of it!
Now, have you heard a recording?
Lies!
Have you heard a recording of you snoring?
Lies!
Honestly, have you?
Yes, I have heard myself recording.
And what did you think of the recording?
It's a bit like a Bigfoot giving something shoved up his ass, I think, would be the best way to describe my snore.
You know what it sounds like? They have a competition called the Outdoor Games. And Rob sounds like he's trying to cut through a 3-foot log, down, then up, then down again. That's what he sounds like when he's snoring, and it is impossible to sleep if you're on the same floor as him in a hotel.
Now, through the miracle of modern technology, I no longer snore. I have devices to.
Rob wears like an Imperial Guard mask. It's like
it's bad enough. I already look like Darth Vader after he got his mask taken off. Now I've got all
Rob
the gear.
Is the old Anakin Skywalker. And when you put the mask on, it leaves a little indentation on your forehead, but it does prevent the snoring.
Yeah.
And we're talking like a $2,000 mask.
Yeah, this ain't cheap.
We're talking like 40 hours.
It takes NASA technology to keep me from snoring. That's how bad it is.
Rob Mungle did 40 hours of voiceover to pay for the mask. That would prevent him from snoring.
That wouldn't give me $2,000. No.
Rob, we have some live action coming up.
Oh, outstanding.
And we're going to criticize
this
our own.
This was a fun weekend.
On-camera act.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's all of us.
Yeah, that was good times.
Rob Mungle on the far left. That's myself on the far right.
That's me right there speaking. That's me.
We're actually shooting this in a hotel hallway, sort of
there's Ben.
where the guests aren't allowed. There's Ben wearing the Superman
Mike.
shirt.
There's you. Mm-hmm. Look at that sexy bastard.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
I'm speaking of myself, of course.
There's group acting coming up. This is where we're all instructed to make the same face right now. This is how.
I'll say that. That's talent.
That's how you know who's a good actor. Both Rob and I were cut out of the group acting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, Rob, the edit of that.
Yeah.
We're not in it.
There's Ben going crazy. Leaving. And of course you and Mike there.
Yeah. You know what, Mike?
That is brilliant acting, Mike. That is wow. Call the Academy.
The group acting shot.
Wow.
They cropped us out of the group acting shot. Me, you, and Mike.
Well, there's not enough space to get my fat ass in that shot. That's why they have the lovely Taylor there.
We're scene stealers.
Taylor's 9 years old. Did you know that?
This
9
is the
years old.
actual convention. She's 9 years old.
Yeah.
She's a very smart 9-year-old.
I've got shoes older than that girl.
Rob,
God, could I be fucking fatter? What the hell?
Rob, please.
Look at my head.
Rob,
Jesus Christ.
What's the line about how old Taylor is?
I have Olympic hockey memories older
than her. You have
her.
Olympic hockey memories older than her.
Let's do this.
Hi, this is Steven again, and we've let Rob go smoke a cigarette and have a cocktail with Mike and Tommy. There was Ben, and now Ben is in the booth. The other booth. Ben running away from his stalker.
That was something that in the script originally when you wrote it and you showed it to me originally, I was really scared about the fact that all of my nightmares about some of these super fans were coming true. Because, when I first came here, I was like, tell me about these conventions. I'm kind of curious as to what they're like. And then I was talking to Hillary also, and Hillary said that, there are some fans out there that are, they come across as kind of creepy. Some of them are really, really just diehard fans, and, and so it concerned me about the fact that I was going to be at this convention. I didn't know what to expect, and I think you just kind of, when I brought my concerns to you, just added it into the script, and it came out fantastic.
Well, it was fun because it just played on all y'all's fears.
Oh, man. Well, it was funny because, all the scenes that I'm in, for the most part, on this particular disc, I'm running around, running away from my stalker all the time. And I ended up running so much, take after take after take, that I literally was just sweating so bad because we had all these all these running sequences to do. So, I mean, I was worn out by the end of the day. What was that? That was like an 18-hour day.
Yeah, it was a long day.
They're the girls. Day.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this, Stephen, but like right before this shot right here, we were at the hotel in Dallas where the convention was, and John Mayer walked into the...
That's right, you were off yeah, you and Mike were sitting off camera. You were off shot, and y'all were just hanging out. And
Taylor was with her mom.
Yeah, and Taylor's mom, and actually the stalker is a friend of Taylor's.
Right.
Carly, who was a champ. It was fucking summer. And she was in this full leather regalia. She was having to run chasing you. She was sweating. I felt so bad for her. It was just terrible. She had the mask on.
Yeah, the summer in Dallas at 90 degrees with 80% humidity, and she's got this big long leather coat on. She must have lost about 20 pounds.
It was
doing
horrible.
This shoot,
It was horrible for her. But it was very. I don't know, true to life.
Well, for somebody like myself that's somewhat green in this business, I mean, you just learn so much. I learned so much about how passionate some people are about the work that we do, and it makes you feel very proud about this work because we work really hard. We're in these booths,
and you have to act against
hours
nothing,
at a time.
With no one, opposite just the cartoon. But
yeah, and like in the first disc, the commentary, I really was. I wanted to emphasize that Hanage, my character, really doesn't talk very much. He has those inner monologue sequences and stuff like that, but making noises and stuff like that. And you're very specific about stuff, and that's great because you want to make a really good show. But sometimes it was just really tough because the difference between and is two completely different meanings.
Well, and then we had to make. Then it's not just booth stuff. It's like, oh yeah, and then you have to be on camera too, which was such a it's a different discipline than the other stuff.
Yeah, but thank you very much for making me come across as a complete dumbass. By the way,
it was fun.
And all the live action
it was fun.
stuff.
It worked really well.
You know?
What did the agents tell you? We have lots of geeky actors.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Yeah,
you fit right in with us.
Well, I just got back from LA, and I really want to make the move out there because things have been going pretty well here. I want to give it a shot out there, And
well, you had a really good independent thing, and you were in was it
in Ray?
In the Ray thing,
right? Which has hit the editing room floor.
Are you on the cutting room floor?
Well,
like Rob Mungle tells you, you're going to be Kevin Costner.
Right,
not in the Big Chill, but then you get Dances with
Ray.
End of story.
And I went to the screening last night. It was a cast and crew screening, and
oh, that's right, in LA.
Yeah, it was
How
fantastic.
Was
it was wonderful. It was at the Sam Goldwyn Theater, which is where they used to hold the Oscars, I believe, and it was. It's a great film, and Jamie is just incredible. And I got to see Taylor Hackford, the director, and all that kind of stuff. And he called, what was it, 6 months ago to let me know that my scene was cut. And he called my cell phone.
He called your cell phone.
He called my cell phone. Taylor Hackford, Officer and a Gentleman, Devil's Advocate, all these great films.
Yeah, he's great, and he's married to Helen Mirren.
He is, indeed, yes. And when he called, he was like, look, I just wanted to let you know, your scene worked and all that kind of stuff, but it's too long, it doesn't fit with the story, and you're cut, And I had to sing in the scene, so I had the first thing I asked him, well, was it my singing? Was it my singing?
That's right, your singing that bailed it.
Oh my God, wait. All of these sequences here with the live action, Shelley really got into it. I mean, she was just.
Well, because we had to separate two crews. We had a crew that drove up with the bus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and then we met another crew in Dallas, and then we split tasks.
We were all over that convention. We were just spreading ourselves out all over the place.
Well, it was the guys and the girls, and I was with. I think I was with. I can't remember who I was with now. That's so sick. But
well, you were all over the place, Steven.
We split. But it was like you guys were like having, and then the Holly Dean, who's amazing. She was the line producer on the show, and she was with y'all. And I said, "Well, did you get anything?" Because I was with the girls, and she said, "We got some shit with Ben going. It's running, and apparently all you did was run, and they just filmed you running. And there's the bit with the revolving door, which I think is coming up soon, and that we kept. And
you know what it was?
Amazing footage.
Well, there is one shot or the scene where the two girls are sitting at the bar or whatever, and I had to drink all this juice. Do you remember that?
Oh, that one, yeah, where we kept switching juice on you.
Because we couldn't put booze in it, obviously, because otherwise it'd be on my ass by the end of the day. But it was actually later in the day. It was after like 16 hours, and all of us were completely out of energy. And I had this shot where I had to run through, grab the juice, take a shot of the juice, and then run out of the scene or whatever. And I drank so much juice that had so much sugar that within like 30 minutes, I mean, I was hopped up and ready to go for the next thing and like, hey, come on, let's go. What are we shooting next? Let's do it right now.
Yeah, you're
everybody else was like, dude, what the hell's wrong with Ben?
Oh, look at this.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
Marcy
Banner.
Marcy Banner, and she was an animal on the convention stuff. And this guy,
Marcy was brilliant.
FYI,
look at
it. And she says, get lost because you've already seen it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was such a long haul. It was it took forever.
You know what? To be honest with you, I mean, as an actor on something like this, the way that you approached us, initially from the word go was
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago was, you know what? Let's just have fun with this, and that's a rare thing. It really is. I've tried to involve myself with as many projects as possible. And sometimes it's so strenuous, but it didn't, I'll be honest, I mean, sure, they were long days, but it didn't really feel like work. Like a lot of the times when you're on a set, it feels like work.
Yeah, but you didn't have to drive like back and forth to Houston like Tommy did. Steven, I really want to be there for you, but I have to drive like 80 hours.
That is true, yes.
It was nice, but
we got to take the beautiful bus.
That's right, but
How
Tommy
the
had to
hell
drive it back.
did you get a hold of that bus? You know, I mean, you know how many big
like,
name bands were on that bus?
Well,
like
yeah,
Aerosmith
but it was like,
and-
we had to pinch and pay. That's why you didn't get paid enough. It was like, everyone's like, it's an independent film. Worse, it's like, but I just talked to a friend of mine who's doing one in New York, and she's doing a casting call, and she's like not paying the actors at all. And of course she's got 80 billion resumes, but that's the way it works.
Well, yeah, that's just the name of the game, my friend.
But oh my God, that was you.
That was me.
You.
I remember that. How many takes did we do with that?
Well, no one fucking gets it because the president says, "Hey, this horrible calamities happen," and Milk imagines, a baseball going through this guy's window, and you have to see it 8 times to get. Oh, it's her fantasy.
Oh, wait a second.
And so that's where Milk's. You got to watch it it's like a Rorschach. You've got to see it many times
just so surreal.
To really kind of get everything that's going. There's Hillary, and she's awesome. And there's you with that slug thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to come in a little bit later. I didn't get to see Hillary today, so.
Yeah, Hillary was really good.
She's on the move. She's constantly on the go. There's McCrae drinking his beer,
and vomiting. Still never got to. Oh my God! Look at this.
See, this is an example of some of the more interesting costumes that were available.
But they were amazing. I mean, it's amazing shooting opportunities.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that was something like, what was it? I guess the second shoot that we did. That's what you said. We need to do this convention thing. We've got to do it. I'm really interested in people seeing what it is that we experience.
That was the PM day. We should get out of here and wait. You know what? I think it's Taylor's time up.
Yeah, bring in TH.
Let's get Taylor in here.
Hello.
Hey Taylor, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So you're last up. We got the home stretch of the commentary, and you're gonna have take us. You and Marcy are gonna take us home.
Yes.
And then we'll let the comics in here, and they'll be all horrible and terrible and profane because we love that.
Of course. As always.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
You've been sitting here drinking your Diet Coke. She just came from school, right? Can you tell everyone now how old you are? We've kept this a huge secret. So
you
can finally tell. When I cast you, how old were you?
I was 14 or 15.
15.
15. And I am now 16. Believe it or not, 16-year-old.
It was the big thing.
Who dresses like a hooch.
You don't dress like a hooch. The costumers when we were filming stuff, and they would always come. They would come and they would say well, what do you think of this? What do you think? And they would show me just clothes, on a hanger. I'm like, what the hell's that? I don't know.
That looks good. Sure,
whatever.
Put it on.
Okay.
Whatever.
And then you come out, and I was like, oh my God. And at the convention, because the thing was that. We were kind of trying to tweak everything. We wanted because all the girls are divas.
Yes.
And I wanted to have someone else to kind of turn. And I wish Hillary was here because that was the big thing. Was I really wanted to push that harder. And all the stuff with you and Hillary at the last DVD and the third DVD was just so great. And I'm sorry, I gotta give you props. The bus thing, the roll call, remember here, and you turned to me and you said, what if I'm just looking at myself in the mirror?
Because that would totally be the character, just be like, whatever.
Which was so great because you seemed so innocent at the beginning and so manipulative at the end, which I thought was really...
And then I think I'm the shit later.
It was totally great. I mean, it was really, really great. And you were I remember when you came in and you had those boots on and you walked in and I met those girls and I was just like, she's got it. She's got this magic. And then, of course, everyone was always like, it's Taylor. So I'm really glad. It was a really great opportunity working with you. It was really amazing. There you are.
There's my friend who did not talk to me. He was not very social.
Crank this up. Adrian, crank this up a little bit real quick.
I was like, well...
He's not a people person.
He's not a people person. I mean,
yeah, it was just you were talking. Well, you girls were sent out, go, and
I tried so hard with that guy.
You were really good. Everybody was really, really nice, but he was just not receptive.
No. Is this like a Star Wars kind of thing?
Yeah, that's right. You haven't seen this yet.
No, I haven't.
It's odd because people watch this and they just got it, and we never get to see this until or y'all don't get to see it until it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, the time warp. Remember you're this character that comes up. You're the Hanage gets turned into a little girl.
Was he on, what was that?
They're all mushroom high.
That's what I thought.
With the thing. And Hanage turns into this little girl. it was like, I need to do this little voice, and you did it. It was just so much fun.
That was hilarious.
How was was Dallas odd for you? Was that so strange?
It wasn't odd. I was amazed at how many people were there and how many people were so involved.
And their costumes were amazing. I remember you girls foo-fooing on this girl who had
that pink dress with the wig
and the leather. The guy who had the
right.
leather costume, you'd like sewn this Trigun costume that was like in leather and studs. It was just amazing.
And then that one guy on like the platform shoes, that huge guy.
18 feet tall.
Yes. I was so amazed by that. I don't know which character he was, but he did a really fine job.
Did this help you at all? I mean, as far as like, like being on camera and stuff like that, or had you done a lot of motion stuff before?
No, this did help me a lot because I mean, I improved from the first one. You can tell from this one.
You keep saying that, but I think you were really good on the first.
Well, I mean, it was all new to me. I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna. There she is, the pink. Oh, she's so great.
Oh, and there's Ben. This is the run thing.
Oh, with Carly.
Like
she's like, I'm gonna
get you. And he goes, "What do you want?" It's so funny. Poor Ben. And y'all had to wear this. I remember coming to y'all going like, you have to wear the same clothes like 2 days in a row. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. It was just.
I felt bad.
Well, I mean, after a while, it was just like, oh well, whatever. I mean.
Who did you room with in Dallas? Your mother.
My mom and Carly.
And Carly. God, that was so sad. I felt so bad.
Poor thing. She couldn't help but run like a girl. You're just like, try your hardest.
Well, she had her arms out one time, her hands. If you look at
that last part, I was like, oh, look at her girl run.
So like her girly run. It was like, because you're not supposed to knock off. But the editor, Roberto, by the way, I got to give out props. Roberto for editing the live action stuff amazingly. For Jacob for doing great sound. And the graphics guys, fucking Hiroko, and that last Will and Testament, you'd never know that wasn't in the original, Japanese. That was Hiroko and Mike Stovall. They just did such a great job. Oh my God, there's Marcy. Marcy is a roach. I just love that. This Marcy is a roach. Isn't Marcy amazing?
Yes, she's absolutely fabulous.
So fucking funny. And there's
the character.
Where you do this, and they go to Hawaii, and it was just.
Wait, what was the best line? It was just like, fuck.
That you repeat it, and in the mix, because Milk's talking, and you're doing these spins on top of her head, and oh my God, and this is, I'm sorry, slobbering all over. Here I am Ben says, and perky little boobies. Like, he says, I'm adorable. And Ben was so good in that. It was like Ben really got into being a little girl as a 45-year-old man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Perky little boobies.
So much fun. So, all right, well, yes. Oh,
these are the little characters.
Remember that? They were so great.
Those people painting them were doing such a fine job.
They were so amazing. Reaper miniatures. Then they were so nice. We were like, can we use this in the shtick? And they were like, sure, whatever.
Whatever.
But it was so nice just to have you be such a, oh, here we go.
She was so cute.
Do you remember how long that took?
She was so cute.
Oh, here we go.
Like,
and Christine, that she paid her to do it. She was so sweet. And her father was in the Gulf War, or not Gulf War, fucking Iraq. And
really?
Yeah, and he was here for a temporary thing.
Oh man. Oh, what is that? Oh, is this that she makes fun of me?
Yeah, she makes fun. Totally.
Where's Hillary?
She had to go to some happy hour because she's got a real job.
Oh yeah.
There we go, Hawaii.
This is a great scene.
Well, it is. It's just so fucked up. It's just so fucked up.
You could not stop laughing.
No, it was very funny. Well, you were really good. I mean, it's just because your vocal dexterity got so much better and better and better. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, you know what? Let's let Marcy in here. I haven't had Marcy in here for a while. Hey, Marcy.
You've never had me in here, Stephen.
I have never. Not in this room. I've had you before, but not in this room.
Well, I must have slept through it. Because I don't remember it at all.
Okay, Taylor's laughing.
And believe me, I think
Christine's
I would
clean,
remember
everyone's
it.
good, and Tommy's going over the head, and Rob did some shaming. Okay, I can't watch these people. I'm sorry for the
they're
viewers.
Having too much fun.
Well, the viewers, we have like two booths together, and then there's like this auditorium where everyone else is.
And all our
there you
fellow
are.
talented actors are sitting out there. Do you look at the people who came out? They really thought something was wrong. That was what was funny.
It was funny that yeah, you were screaming.
'Cause
But we were
was-
like, we asked, you know, because it was just this run and shoot stuff. I mean, it was just basically like B-roll. But I asked this guy, he had this like remote car. I said, can you chase her? And he said, yeah, I
Did
can
that
chase her.
remote car have anything to do with why we were there?
Well, it's just fan stuff.
Oh, there's no cartoon about a remote control car or anything that talks.
I'm sure there probably is.
Oh, yeah. It sounds very Japanesey. Look at this. Boy, she's getting hit on.
Well, that's Shelley.
Wow.
Shelley always gets hit on.
Shelley's breasts are magnificent.
My goodness. Did you hear that?
Rob's,
Did they hear that?
Rob's in love with Shelley's breasts. Speaking of breasts,
Look
there's
at my breasts.
There's
Aren't they gorgeous?
You know what? Tommy was talking about this earlier, so I'll let him pick this up later. But because your reviews, you don't know what your reviews were because you're not going to be on Cartoon Network.
I ought to be.
Cartoon Network, yeah, you're not, and they picked the other version, which is just such a travesty.
You know why? Because they're scared.
Speaking of scared, you scared me with this. Do you remember you did several takes of that shot, and you were feeling off his sword so deep it looked like you were jacking off some sword, and I had to pull you back. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wish you hadn't. He was cute.
He was a cute guy, and
he's out there anywhere,
you know, I so wish
the name is Banner, Bannor, in Houston, Texas.
we had everyone sign releases who was on camera and speaking, but that guy was great. He was cute. He was a really nice guy.
A lot of really attractive people there. I was, but young.
And very.
I was surprised at how young people were without their parents.
Well, you don't know how old they were. They could have been like, you know, But you remember this?
But you
and
know-
here's what's sad. See the sound man in the background? You could see the fucking sound man.
Look through the mirror.
I'm just so pissed about that. It's like, you know, we had everybody there on the thing and no one, because all the actors were there hanging out.
Oh, but...
You know, no one said, you know, hey, you can see the sound guy in the
but
background.
that's all right.
Oh,
That's-
exactly.
that's
Like we
part of
care
the-
at this level of the game, but
Right. It didn't matter.
it was fun. But your performance is amazing.
Did I tell you that one young man in Dallas asked me to be his mother? Did I tell you that, Stephen?
You did. Late at
Did I
night
tell
at dinner
you
when we went
already?
to dinner.
On this thing? Because I forget things
No,
real
huh? You
easily.
didn't tell me on the commentary. You told me
Okay.
at dinner that night.
Yes, and I told him that I was the mother to all young people.
That's so nice. Well, that's
Yeah.
because you have a.
I'm very
Here we
mother-
go.
Oh, what
okay,
is happening?
You haven't seen this.
I haven't seen this at all.
There was a continuity error in this
I
stuff.
remem-
It's you looking for the room.
Oh, that's...
And you came to me after you shot a million
I
miles
remember
of
this,
footage.
and I
there was
didn't
so
have
mu-
something. What
you
didn't
said
I have?
you had your badge on, and then you said, Stephen, aren't I looking? Because there was a separate crew that was doing it.
Oh, that's
And you came to me and you
right.
said, Stephen, I had my badge on in the scene.
And I think I was looking for my
And
badge.
I'm supposed to be looking for my badge. Is that a bad thing?
And you said,
It's like,
yes, let's
yes,
do it again.
thank you. That just added a billion hours to our shoot schedule.
No,
but
it didn't, because we'd already done it
But we
once,
had to
so
re-
it was real quick the next
yeah,
time.
we had to redo it. But it was just amazing. And it was such a wonderful plot thread because there was a... You're looking for Lucy's room, and Lucy's rooming with Tommy. And we had
Oh,
this.
is this
do you
when I
remember-
walk
yeah,
in
this
on
is yeah. This
him?
remember you had this thing, and but we had this, and I don't know if Brian Leach, who we call Bleach, is the amazing sound guy, and he's. We told him, we said, Brian, we want really loud music, like coming every time you come in the hall. It's like, you know, like the girl from Ipanema, and every time you come down the hall.
I remember I couldn't find where I was.
Well, we were editing it. We were like, we kept going and going and going. And then, and it wasn't my direction. It was Al Klimas, who was the wonderful second camera on it, or second director.
Don't you love my shirt?
Love the shirt. Always kept the denim and the glasses. It's so funny. No one's ever seen your eyes. But you did this move. It's coming up soon. And this is it, where you found a room service tray.
And there was
you
food on it, I think. No, I did. Yeah. And it's empty.
But the shot with your badge on it, you actually eat what was on the tray. And
Yeah.
we couldn't keep that because it was so, you know, it was just too, you had your badge on.
Okay, Steven, the real director, is out of the booth.
And it's just the girl.
Yeah! And now I am taking over. Christine, the faux director, is now taking over. And you know what I want to talk about?
What?
Now, this stuff with Marcy and her batch, very funny. I really thought that was really great. But you know what's the real scoop is? Is the bus ride on the way home.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
The bus ride on the way home. We talked about it a little bit earlier. There was 2 camps going on. There were 2 separate camps going on. In the front, since they discovered this satellite television feed and they were watching X-Men in front, we got a little bored with that. So we kind of congregated to the back of the bus. And you know, the way this bus was set up is there was a front where the drivers were, and there was a little section with a kitchenette and a little dining table, and then there were the berths and this long hallway back to the lounge in the back.
The lounge was where the cool kids hung out.
The lounge is where the cool kids hung out. And so Christine, me, and Shelley, and Taylor, and Steven had kind of congregated to the back of the bus where we talked about more weighty issues. The issues affecting all of us in our lives today. The issues that the children, the kids, really need to know about.
Yes.
How our parents screwed us up.
Taylor, do you want to take this one?
Now, among other topics, you know, Taylor is a little younger than the rest of us, and she started talking about high school and what had happened, and I think Shelley burst a little bubble there.
And I said something like, it never changed.
It never ends.
Scared me half to death.
As I was smoking my cigarettes.
It never ends. But yeah, we need to talk a little bit about a little bit of the age difference and alienation, because Taylor, you are a little bit younger than the rest of the other voiceover actors. 9.
Yes, I am 9. So
we've heard.
Some of those people out there think.
Now, in Taylor's young age, she has certainly experienced more than a lot of us have in our older ages. She is a professional model. And
I wouldn't say that, but okay.
Yes, you could say that. And anybody looking at the extras would know that. You're a professional model.
And we just hate her.
Oh, thanks.
And
I'm
so
kidding, honey.
the subject had come up of some of us older girls feeling a little left out, feeling a little alienated.
No.
Because we were a little older and maybe not as pretty. Maybe not as tall as Taylor can be. But yeah, the discussion in the back of the bus got onto those kinds of issues.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Mike McRae's saying something funny.
What is Mike McRae
I
saying?
don't know, but... Okay. Now we're back. Okay.
We're back along. And like the Earth is far away from us at this moment. And that's the end. So, Taylor, tell us, what was it like coming into a group of pretty older, established actors? What was it like coming into a group of us like that?
It was interesting. I mean, at first I was very nervous, but you guys were really, like, you opened arms to me and were very nice.
Why don't you stop being a couple catty bitches?
No!
Why don't you try that out? Try that on like a new pair of socks.
Don't say that. They'll hate me even more.
Catty bitches. No, it's me saying it. It's me saying it.
Jesus Christ, girls! Lighten up! Oh, my God! We can settle this by everybody taking their tops off and wrestling in mud. That's how...
No. No, you know what?
Excuse me, we're recording.
That was Rob, always wanting our tops off.
Always wanting our tops off.
He's always talking about your
always wants
boobs.
the bottoms off. Now here's Tommy. What do you want
I'm
off?
sorry, I just thought we were all getting in the booth with Taylor.
He wanted to join the party.
We've been interrupted.
No,
I
I'm
was
here
trying to
because
have a
this is
serious
injustice that's
discussion.
going on.
Yeah, they're
We're
trying to have a
getting close
discussion
to
with
the
me.
end, which is
I
good
know,
since
yeah,
we're
but
all in.
it's not. They're
I'm sorry,
not doing
this
it
is
right.
Steven, and
because
I
they're
would
not
just like
trained
to say
professionals
that
like
as
they
a
purport
symbol
to
of
be.
this whole conversation, all the guys went into Taylor's booth, and no one went to Christine and Shelley's booth.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about what a lot of the fans talk to me about. How it is to, as a young person who is into this sort of thing and wanting to get into voice acting, what it's like coming into an arena with more experienced actors coming into it. And it is a little difficult at first, but you need not fear.
Well, no, I felt like I learned a lot from you guys. You guys definitely knew what you were doing, and I just kind of went kind of by Shelley. I was kind of like watching you, just kind of going, okay.
Stop.
I stop.
And you guys are all like, ooh, we're a young model girl in our midst. Ooh, we're powerless.
That's not against Taylor. That's against you.
That's
against you.
I mean, we don't want these.
You got. Let me. The guys are absolute.
Taylor's just ass kissing.
9-year-old girl.
I am not ass kissing.
Yes, you are. But it's okay because she's cool.
Marcy
you girls
Banner,
are just jealous
everyone.
over
Marcy
there. That's the
Banner has now
problem.
joined us in the booth. And again, we have to comment that no one is in mine and Shelley's booth.
No.
Oh.
Do you see what happens when, like, the cast is not directed? It's terrible. They all get crazy and they all start booth jumping. It's a free-for-all. It's terrible.
That's what happens when booze is involved.
Now, you know,
and the minor, of course, is like saying, because Taylor can't drink, she's looking at all of us like we're a bunch of drunks.
Yes,
and
we are.
Which we tend to be. That's because we work so fucking hard.
That's right.
It's
That's
tragic.
right. We worked hard to produce this product, man.
And which, thank God that, like, you know, but here's what, like, because I was talking to her about her. I'm sorry, I'm looking across the booth I'm in Taylor's booth, and I'm looking across the booth at Christine and Shelley, and I was talking to Taylor earlier about, like, and she's got, like, 8 classes, and she's got to fly in New York and stuff like that. It's, like, all this, like, brutal schedule. I'm, like, going, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I have to work till 7 at night. Oh, it really hurts. like Shelley, when you were doing your play, I mean, how brutal were the days?
Oh my God, they're beyond brutal.
Oh, I had to be.
Seriously, yeah. When you're in the middle of a production, oh my God.
And it lasts forever, but for a short time.
Yeah, because it's a month of rehearsals, a month of shows, and it's harsh.
And Christy, does anyone know that you? Do they know you did double duty on Milk? That you
actually, a few people do. Yeah. I also did makeup and wardrobe on Milk as well, on all the extras.
And one of the actresses was so pissed about her wardrobe selection for the first volume. She was like,
"Oh, who was it?"
I can't tell you that, but they were so. Yeah, they were like, oh
no. Well, you know, that happens. What can I do? You know.
Process of elimination. There's only like 4 of us.
Hey, easy. But it was. But you worked so hard for so long, and you were so amazing.
Great, isn't she?
Hey, this is Tommy. I'm back in the booth with Marcy now, and they jammed us back in here, didn't they, Marcy?
Yes, because our big scene is coming up.
We have a little sex scene.
Well, I wish.
I have to tell you, you made me feel so good.
Why?
On this day. Because, of course, it's embarrassing to be naked on a bed, and you're going to see me wearing slightly more clothes than I'm comfortable in.
Oh, look at you. You're gorgeous.
All right. See? You're doing it again.
Look.
Okay, this is pretty much the first time Marcy and I have seen that.
I haven't seen this before. That's that.
And it is fun. It's fun to watch.
But you know, my inclination was not to run.
See, that's what made me feel good. After we shot that scene, Marcy came up and whispered in my ear, you know, if it was up to me, I would have just hopped in the bed.
I would have. That's what I would have done. Run and jump in and attack you.
I thought, what a sweet, generous thing to say.
You know what's nice about that, Tommy?
What's nice about that?
Is that you think that that's sweet and generous.
I do. Are you kidding me?
Because you could have said, oh, thank God she didn't do that.
Marcy, do we have to run it back? Look at me. I was flattered. How would I not be?
I think that's lovely. I think that because we see ourselves differently.
We do. We do. Than the rest of the world
I mean, I
sees
see
us.
myself like Taylor.
Yes, of course. And I see myself like Taylor. So it's interesting the way that works.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I looked like Taylor until I had a baby. And then I waited too long to lose the weight. And they say if you don't do it in the first year, you're done for. And she's 19. I can't blame it on her anymore.
Marcy.
What can I do? You know, I keep saying it's the baby I had. How old is she? 19.
Marcy, you know what they said? They said, put Tommy in the booth with Marcy. He'll keep her in line. He'll keep her on task.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, you go off, start talking about your child. 19 years old now?
Yes, she was 19 last Sunday, and I was 58 on Friday.
Wow, congratulations.
She was
That's
my
wonderful.
birthday present 19 years ago.
Wow.
I gave her to myself.
Wow.
Best present I ever got.
And what does your daughter do?
And a lot of women ought to do that. Don't wait for Mr. Right. He probably isn't out there.
What does your daughter do? Tell me something.
Especially when you get to be close to 40.
Tell me something about your daughter, Marcy. Tell me something about your daughter.
Oh,
what does she do?
She's a delight. She's a delight.
Okay.
What does she do? She's doing 2 children's shows at Main Street Theater. And I started in this town in 1980 at Main Street Theater, and I worked for 2 years and didn't get paid a penny.
So your daughter's a performer too. That's wonderful.
And now they're equity, and she's making
Real
over
money.
$1,000 a show.
Wow.
Not for the run of the show.
For the run of the show,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
that's fantastic. That's
I'm
wonderful.
just stunned.
So your daughter's sort of a retirement plan for you right now, huh?
Yes, she's going to get me out of debt.
That's fantastic.
No, she just, I have a son who is 30. And back many years ago at Stages Repertory Theater.
Yes, of course.
He played the little boy in Sister Mary Ignatius Says It All to You or something like that. And he got a rave review. He was 8 years old. He got a rave review. And at the end, he said, I'm never doing this again.
Well, sure. He was at the top.
Did.
And he got out at the top.
That
Just like
was
Johnny
it.
Carson, he retires. Nobody hears from him again.
That's right. So now he's a truck driver.
So
What
he was
can I
he was
say?
8 years old. So he was a year younger than Taylor when he started.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I got you.
But my daughter has it in her blood. And she loves it.
You have it in your blood too, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, you know, one of the. I think people forget what wonderful people you meet in doing this kind of work. You meet the most, unless they're really icky people.
No, they're fun.
Usually, you meet very honest, very sincere, very warm, very loving, very together people.
Yes. And I would say that that's true about most of the people here tonight.
Oh, definitely here. Yeah.
Most of the people.
But I have met my closest friends, people that I will grow much older with, I hope. That I will grow much older. And I've met them in the theater.
Now, this is interesting to me. You meet people that you consider your closest friends, but when you're in a theater, the show's over. Like with us now. Milk Chan's over. We move on to other things. Maybe we'll work together, maybe we won't. But we still consider each other very close friends, right?
I certainly think so.
Like if I walked into an audition, you were there, we'd be all excited to see each other.
Thrilled to death, and want you to get the part. And want me to get the part.
Want to work together.
Yeah.
But if we don't work together again, it could be years before we see each other.
But that's all right.
I know, it is okay, isn't it?
I have a friend that I went to school with, a theater school, back in the 60s. And she has lived in L.A., and now she's living in Colorado Springs. Why, I'm not quite sure, but it's lovely there. And we don't see each other much at all. But when we do, oh boy, is she gorgeous.
Yeah, there's some more live action in there.
Oh, my goodness. But look at that, Taylor.
This is...
and look at me.
Marcy. You know what? You're beautiful, too. And thank you again, because you were going to be wearing a very nice sort of evening look.
You took my dress.
And I took your dress, and thank you so much. Because you really made a sacrifice for me. Because we did an actual live panel, and you had planned on wearing this dress, and you decided to wear sort of your street clothes instead.
I wanted to look as good as I could, but
you made a sacrifice for me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Well, I do have to tell you that Stephen told me that if it didn't get cleaned, because you sweated on it,
yes,
that he would buy me a new one.
And that's the outfit Marcy was going to wear that I'm wearing.
I can walk in it better than you can.
I'm sure you can.
But it did. It cleaned right up. It's beautiful, and it still fits me.
And it was a lovely garment. Thank you for your choice.
I got it on QVC.
You know what?
What?